Hey guys, hey, I am still driving to my location, so I cannot exactly look at the comments at the moment. But if you are here, please say hello. So when I do get stopped, you will be notified. Let's see. I'm sorry, Drea. Try that again. That was not clearly was not the right button. My apologies. You will have to click the link one more time, Drea. I'm sorry. Okay. Add to stream.
Yay!
Hey,
It worked.
there, I got it. I'm running real late this evening, so this may turn into a mukbang for free. How are you doing this evening?
Doing good. Just finished eating a little something that I made that I hope to do a video on, actually. My mom's taco meat that I make for her. It's keto.
Give me 1 second. Yes, I would like to get a triple cheeseburger plain, please. That's all for me.
Double cheeseburger, please.
Triple.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
What else for you?
That's it for me.
Your total is $3.72.
How many times you gotta tell them? That's all for me. That's it. That's it. Suggestive sale. You know, they try to suggestive sale. So did
They
you
get
have
it
to work
wrong.
tonight, or do you
Oh,
work
yeah.
later than this? Yeah.
Yeah, usually around 8 I work, but I'm my own boss, so I'm flexible.
Exactly. I hear you. I stopped by and had lunch with my husband today, me being my own boss, so that's why I'm running late. I chose that 30 minutes with him instead of being early for this stream, which is usually what I try to do.
I know I was trying to get here early, and I thought I was like going to be early because I was going to look for some music that we can play that's copyright free.
Right. That
Because it is about music.
Yeah.
But I can't find any just yet.
Well, when I get set up, we can start. I have Epidemic Sound, so we can play some Epidemic Sound tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're doing better than me. I don't even know what an epidemic sound is.
You don't know what Epidemic Sound? It's YouTube,
Never.
Instagram, Facebook, license-free music. You have to. You have to pay for it. You pay for it a monthly fee.
Oh, like a Spotify or something like that.
I thought my radio was good. He's thumping back there.
Don't you love that? They could just turn off their car and thump. I used to have booms.
I mean, my whole car is jumping. It's like I'm in there with him.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness. Are you drinking
country music? Yeah, just a little bit, and it's cold now because I.
Thank you.
Out of boredom, I made it.
Well, my clients were out of town, so I was scared to make coffee before I left. Scared the machine I would forget to unplug it or something silly like that. So
yeah,
I'm drinking a Bang.
Yeah, I have those too. I was gonna grab one, but I'd have to go back out. Maybe one of the dogs will be kind enough to go get me one.
Well, you train a dog how to do that. You let me know, okay? I want to know your trick.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to train the one to get the groceries and bring them in for me. You know, put a bag over her neck or something and let her carry it. But she does grab garbage and goes and gives it to somebody else to put in the garbage. That she does.
Oh, hey.
Not him. Yeah. But I think she just takes it, thinks it's food, figures out it's not, and then goes to, dope fiend somebody else into giving her food. By giving them what I get. Like, here, mom gave me garbage. I want food. Here, you can have the garbage. Give me the food. Because she doesn't do it. It's this one over here.
Aw. What
And she
kind does
doesn't
she?
do it all the time, but she does it most of the time. And this, she just turned on the 9th or the 6th of November, I think 6. And this one,
Aw.
I don't know if you can see him back there with his little monkey in his mouth, sucking on a monkey. He has a
Aw.
million toys. He's got a million toys, but he only likes monkeys. Doesn't matter what color they are. And they have those little Velcro hand ones that you get at the dollar store for $1. They're like, they got the long stringy arms and legs, you know, that you could just wrap around something. So I buy those mostly for him, and he has, I don't know, good 20 something of them maybe in all different colors. But if I tell him go get the pink monkey, he knows the pink from any other color. He knows green, he knows blue. And I say, go get your toy. And he got it, and he came up here on the couch, and he's sucking on the pink monkey. Hot pink monkey.
Oh,
And he's
that's
looking up
sweet.
at you with his eye. I don't know if you can see, he's looking up at you too.
What's his name?
That's Coda.
Hi, Coda. Hi, Coda. He's so cute. He's like, leave me alone. I'm bedtime.
I'm sucking on my monkey. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. That is so sweet.
So I got you on both the computer and my phone, just in case anything happens, and if I need to go out to the car, if it gets too loud in here or something. 'Cause I never used it on my phone, but since you sent me the link, I was like, okay. But the reminder did pop up on my screen for the live too, because I said it when I saw that you were having it. You can click on reminder.
Right. So I try to, through StreamYards, I can schedule it, but since I'm only on a cell phone, I can't schedule a live if I'm using just YouTube. Because it's a special, which is really weird. I can't premiere anything.
I never usually do the lives because I just have crappy internet, and I just think it's going to be a really bad pixelated picture, and it's not going to give everybody the quality that I think they deserve. So
Well, the StreamYards is more of a web-based program that it's not as pixelated or as draggy as it is when I'm going straight through YouTube, because again, I don't have very good service either. So it's free for 21 hours a month. They give you free.
Wow.
StreamYards. So
yeah, I know I got it, but I was thinking about paying for it if it, later on seems like something that I could use. I think it's like $24 a month.
You can do all kinds of things neat with it. I just haven't had the time to sit through and play on it without people with me. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a tech.
I'll mess with it one day with you if you want. It just says mic cam mic, and chat and leave. We don't want to do that. But it was neat that it let me put whatever name I wanted to put when I came in.
Right.
And I came in earlier. I tried it just to make sure that, I wasn't going to have too many problems. So I came in and I just had it said Drea, but then I put in quotes, my channel name in case anybody was curious.
Right.
I'm Misty. Your pal Misty. Can't stay for long. Wanted to drop in for a few. Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Misty.
Yeah, she did. She vlogs.
Yeah,
hey,
I'll have to look her up.
Hey, Adrian and Nico, how are you guys doing? All positive. That is a workout channel. So you said you like country?
Country music for the most part. I used to listen to R&B and rap and boom boom and all that reggaeton. I'm from Miami, so we have a very diverse, arrangement of radio stations and whatnot. But most of the time I listen to Spotify, and I have my like songs and country hits or something like that. Sam Hunt, which are breakup songs for anybody who don't know.
I love. Hey, Lori, how are you? I love Spotify. I've just started using Spotify as well. I really like it. It's a whole lot better than what's the other one called?
Pandora.
iHeartRadio.
There's a few. Pandora is not. I have them all in the car. They're built into the navigation thingy there that I got, but I don't. I was paying for it ads free, and it was really cool because I never got any pop-ups or ads, and anything that I had downloaded into my playlist, I could always just turn on in my car. And it doesn't let you do some things in the car because it recognizes the Bluetooth and it knows you're in the car, and for safety reasons, it'll be like, don't do this or don't do that. Yeah, but I mean, no, but it stays, it goes, it plays. But now I just recently got kicked. I was on somebody else's family plan and I recently got kicked out of there on Saturday. Maybe they're not paying the bill anymore. Who knows? I think it's like $10 a month. So, but it didn't seem like it took away all my, my playlists are there. All my songs that I've liked or downloaded seem to be in my phone and are there. So I like it. I recommend it for anybody who likes music uninterrupted and you don't want commercials. I can't say yet for the non-paid version how the commercials are because I'm driving. I ain't looking at my phone. I just recently had a video that was up for a while from 2017, actually, which I want to say a good 40 pounds ago even. And it's some guy, some nature guy talking about how if I really care about my health, about my nutrition, I'm a terrible driver. And if I really cared about my nutrition, I'd keep my eyes on the road. And I started laughing because it's like a 7.5-minute video. And I'm like, I mostly looked at the road. They don't know I live sort of in a rural country area. So it's not like there's a lot of cars around that I need to even be worried about. And then the majority of the last half of the video, I'm sitting at a lunch light that just never turned for the longest time.
Hello.
So it's like, okay, thank you, but I don't see what my nutrition has to do with my driving or lack of concentration. It's like no more than if you had somebody in your car that you were driving somewhere and you're talking. If you've ever Ubered or done any of that, there's always conversation, but you keep your eyes on the road for the most part. And I think I did a really good job of that. And this guy said something. I was like, well, thanks for taking the time to watch my video and try to tell me what to do.
Appreciate you. Right?
Thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate you, but not your comment.
Listen, I get novels on my hunting videos, so I hear you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm a novelist. I like to write long comments because there's just so much always to say because I watch from beginning to end. And if you're someone who puts out a 30-minute video, there might be a lot in there that I want to have to say. And I try not to put a bunch of posts. I try to just keep the same one going as I'm watching before I hit send. But, some of us think, okay, that's the end, and then hit send. And then, oh, nope, there's another 20 minutes left of the video.
Well, I probably get on people's nerves because if I think of it and I want to comment, I have to comment then because by the time I get then, I'm not going to remember what I wanted to tell you. So I just kind of do it as we're going along. You
got craft. I got that too. Can't remember a freaking thing.
Yeah. Lori says, what does driving have to do with nutrition anyway? Exactly.
I know. I know. Tell that nature guy that on my channel. I forget which video it was too. And I was cracking up laughing because I was like, what a Momo. I don't even know what a Momo is, but I never seen him before. He didn't. Right? Yeah. I never seen him before and he didn't subscribe to me that I'm aware of. So I don't know where he came from. I think his name was either Nature Guy or Natural Guy, or let me see if I could find it. It's so funny.
It is funny.
I've been cussed out before about driving and keeping, my eyes on the road and not being, like a bad driver or endangering other people's lives or whatever. But the best time for me to vlog is in my car. It's no dogs or cats, nobody barking.
No husband.
No husband.
He's a heathen, and I tell him that often. I can't.
Have you heard that song?
Heathen.
Have you heard that song by chance?
What, a heathen?
Heathen.
Is there a real song that says? No.
Oh yeah, it's the same people that sing "Take Me to Church." What's their name?
Oh,
hold on.
Lady A.
Oh, no. That's a country song. This is more of a kind of rock song. 21 Pilots. Heathens, it's called.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, all my friends are heathens. Take it slow is what it says. And it's,
So, I don't know what's going on with this tablet. It says McDonald's don't have no Wi-Fi. We both know that's not true.
Is that why you're at Mickey D's? I call him Mickey D's.
Yeah, well, I was gonna go to my coffee house because they have pretty strong internet over there, but then I didn't have anything for dinner, so I was like, I gotta.
But do they have? You could have had some strong coffee.
Well, yeah, but then I made me more hungry.
Yeah, this is true. Unless you get some heavy whipping cream in it to kind of fill the void for a bit with that fat in it. That's what I'm doing basically. Is I have a little heavy whipping cream in my coffee, and usually in the morning, if I do that, I'm good to go for a few hours. I do Bang, but Bang's got no fat in it. It's just got a
Right.
lot of caffeine. And sometimes that helps too, believe it or not. And I'm not hungry for the rest of the day.
Come
What
on,
do I
tablet.
do? I was trying to bring up that rude comment. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
motto.
We don't need to give him any more than what he's already. Let's see.
No, I'll generally delete a troll or their comments, but I leave them up when I think they're funny and other people can get a kick out of them. I do read comments.
I pinned him a couple of times because I thought whoever it was quite hilarious.
Oh, yeah. And then they usually don't have a picture up of themselves or they don't have any videos, but they sure like to come on here and tell other people how to make their videos or, oh, that bird in the background is annoying and I had one of those recently and my bird died back in April of, I think,
Aw.
COVID. So to see this and be, like brought back to a video that had my bird in it, which is already upsetting. And then this person is like, oh, that's the most annoying sound in the world. Well, must have watched Dumber and Dumber. You remember that part?
Yeah. I tell you
So-
what, I had one lady comment on my chicken video that I did. Our chickens got ran over by a fox. I mean, they took everyone out but one, and she was out in the backyard and she was in shock, waddling around the backyard. So we
Aw.
saved her. We brought her back to life, and we put her in a cage so that the fox couldn't eat my last chicken. And this
Right.
lady went on for days about my chicken being in the cage. I'm like, in a cage or dead? Which is best for you? I mean, I would rather be in a cage. I don't know about you. Worry about my chicken.
I know. Well, I watch homesteaders because I'm a homestead wannabe. It's my dream to move to a house with at least an acre and have some chickens. I don't think I want goats and all that kind of stuff, but I want some chickens. We eat them, so, and we eat the eggs. But the funny thing is they have ways to free range your chickens where they're safe and they're kind of in a cage. This is probably nobody. It ain't.
Yeah, like
never
a
leave
chicken
a message.
tracker.
Well, it says leave a message if it's important. Watch. Leave a message if it's important. And they'll hang up or they'll say something weird or you'll hear something go boop because it's like a call center. Yeah, they won't say nothing. It'll go boop.
Hello, is Andrea there?
See? And that ain't, this guy, he asks for me. He asks for my husband. And my husband don't use his phone, so I know it's some kind of, he's a country guy. You can hear his accent. I get him all the time. But yeah, I don't owe anybody no money, so they shouldn't be calling me. And the whatever, election is over, so I shouldn't be getting those anymore because I was getting a bunch of those.
Yeah. Open Wi-Fi.
Hi, Tara. Tara Allen says she's new to your channel and she just found you from Keto and the Chaos's channel. What up tonight?
Well, I have a question. How did you find me from? Hey, Tara, how did you find me from Keto Chaos? Did she shout me out I didn't know about? Because I hate it when I miss those,
I know. That's Tamara. I love her channel. She's pretty cool. She got some good stuff. She started keto when I did back in 2017, January 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But she does the Vertaway, which it took me a long time to learn about that way. About the fact that if you're fat, you don't need to add all the fat.
Right.
Took me almost 2 years to figure that out. But she had already made it to goal and was in maintenance last I saw.
Well, every time I see her, she started about the same time I did too. I started following her when I was doing it, but I've stopped so many times and I just kick myself because I'm like, I could be there right now.
Yeah, I can't eat all the yogurt and stuff. I know she tries to eat more protein so you eat less fat, but there's a lot of stuff that I've tried to eat that she eats and I can't. I don't have a gallbladder, so that's against me. And I'm 50, that's against me. She's got 9 kids though. That's against her. No, but she's got a beautiful family.
she
I'm
does have
ready
a
to tell her
beautiful-
you want to give some to me. I'll take them for a little bit. I ain't got just the dogs and the cats.
Well, she'd loan them to you for a brief vacation, I'm sure.
Oh, I bet. And I'm in Florida, and she's already vacationed down here once. I almost got to go up and see her. It was going to be Princess
that's
Ninja and
right.
Keto, and her and a couple other ladies that are from the keto community here on YouTube. And I just too many things coming up. It was like Orlando for me is a good about 4-ish hour drive. So I didn't get to go, unfortunately. Now Melanie lives up that way though, so it was kind of close for her. But we all love newbies, Tara. Welcome aboard. So now I can see the chat. So I got both things going because you can't see it in the phone. I don't know. Is it maybe if I hit chat? Yeah, but then I don't see me. Yeah, I don't.
Uh-oh. That was the wrong button, Drea. Why won't it let me go in there? That's making me upset. It will not let me get in here. What do you guys like to listen to music-wise? Lori, what are you listening to? Adrian and Nico, what are you guys listening to? Tara, let me know what you listen to. As soon as my tablet quits being stupid, look, it won't let me in for some reason. I don't know why it won't let me in. It's gonna make me mad.
Don't click on things you're not supposed to click on.
I do that all the time. One day I was trying to send somebody a link and it turned me sideways and then it turned me back right and I couldn't see the screen, so I didn't know it done that.
I know, and now I got to turn the volume down because there's a huge delay from the computer compared to my phone. Like I said, my phone works good. I got Verizon and the network's behind me, but the computer my internet is, I used to have a smart home and I had Alexa all over the place and those light bulbs and all that you can operate with apps through your phone.
Right.
They don't work. Sometimes I get on my scale, which is Bluetooth, and it just spins and spins and it don't weigh me. So I don't know if it's internet or me or what, or the scale.
I hate it when I'm in a client's house and I'm talking on the phone and I'm talking to another client about an appointment and their Alexa beeps and says, "What time, AM, PM?" And I'm thinking, listen, Alexa, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the phone. It's really freaky. I don't have any of that kind of stuff.
Phone. Yeah. Well, I work from home on the phone and it would go off while I'm talking to customers and stuff on the phone. And I'm like, that's sorry, like just trying to butt in our conversation here. I wish I could train her to do my job for me, then I wouldn't have to work.
Right. Exactly.
That'll be sometime in the future.
It won't let me click to Epidemic Sound with my tablet because it says this Wi-Fi is not a secure Wi-Fi. And I don't know how to change it. I don't know how to change it. I'm sure it's something on the tablet that I don't know how to fix.
Is it epidemicsound.com? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi where you're at and all that, unless it's me, because it's like lagging.
Well, my phone is not on the Wi-Fi. My tablet is what's on the Wi-Fi.
Oh,
it just says.
Yeah, but you were kind of freezing a little bit.
Oh, was I? It's just a bad location. Next time
just
I'll go back
bit.
to where I was.
Okay, I'm going to Epidemic Sound YouTube and see if I can play some music then. Let's see. They don't have the music there. Where do they have it?
It should be on their home. It's probably on their home page and not.
Yeah, I think they're like a Spotify. It's just music and it's not music videos.
Yeah. Do you know, Lori? If Lori's still in here, can you use Spotify on YouTube, or will you get in trouble just as well with using Spotify? Do you know?
You're breaking up really bad, like a Max Headroom kind of a sound to your voice. I'm not sure if you can use Spotify or not. Probably not, because it's regular songs that I would believe are regular copyrighted songs, and so they're going to get clipped on your video. Right. Your video will get a strike against it. Okay, but I know that if I play the copyright free stuff that I can download, and then I can strip the file from a video file and make it an MP3 and play that when I edit my videos. Mm-hmm. That's usually what I do.
Gotcha. Or she says no, you can't.
People are able to. Who said that?
Lori says you can't use Spotify. She says no, you can't.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. I don't think.
I was just wondering because you can pay for Spotify, so I was just wondering if you're paying for it, like the Epidemic Sound, shouldn't you be able to use it? But I guess that's YouTube rules.
Yeah, but Epidemic Sound isn't going to let you use songs that are well known, played on the radio songs.
Well, they are, but it's not the original artist either. It's somebody doing a cover.
Okay, so they're cover. Yeah. Right. Like if I picked up my guitar behind me and started to play something.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
No. I mean, even Happy Birthday. I'm not doing that. Even Happy Birthday is
copyrighted.
Copyrighted, yeah. So
wait, here's a question. Who copyrighted Happy Birthday? Like how many years? Because after 100 years, something is automatically royalty free, I thought.
No, because
how long has that song been around for?
Well, that's not true because hymns are being blocked. I mean, old timey hymns. So the songs are copyrighted. Oh, I gotcha. She says you're paying for Spotify, but the sound is still copyrighted. So
right, yeah, it's probably different licensing. It's different licensing. If they have a license where they allow you to use it and they say that you're allowed to use it with, let's say, such and such verbiage in your description on your video, or if they need you to run credits at the end of your video and give credit, some of them don't care. Some of them want to link back, some of them don't.
Yeah.
But I know that I think it's called No Copyright and No Copyright Sounds. It's all one together. No Copyright Sounds. NCS is how it comes up. And they have what I didn't know this before, but I learned after a while. Whenever you see their thumbnail, some of them are like a green circle or a black circle, and each one, like if it's a yellow circle or something, they have different kind of music, like a different genre of music. I don't pay attention to that stuff as much.
Yeah.
But if you like know, like maybe I don't know what green. Let's see, Jungle of Love is this song. It says it's unknown. I'm gonna try to. Let's see if I can turn off the sound. I want to make sure I don't play Heathens because that would get you a copyright. But I want to make sure as I'm turning on the sound of, okay, I'm muting it on the computer, you and I, but not the sound on the NCS. Can you hear it? Is it not too loud? Need it louder?
Okay.
Call me whenever you feel lonely. And when you need to cry out the fire side. Very good.
I can hear it. Can you guys hear that? It's broken up a little bit.
I forgot to give a like on your video when I came in. Okay. Nobody said they heard it yet. And I'll try to look for country. And I listen to this kind of music sometimes. Not bad. Let's see what I put in NCS country music. Nobody said what they like in here.
Lori said she likes 80s rock.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to take that one off. And I got a playlist that'll just keep playing. Can you hear it? Now, what do you guys listen to? Nobody's saying anything.
Lori says she likes 80s rock.
80s rock.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look up NCS 80s rock songs or rock playlists.
I wonder if I'm just too far from the building. It just won't let me connect to the internet.
Yeah. I listen to 80s rock also. So but you want to make sure that it's NCS if you're ever going to play it like we're going to do now on our live stream, because
right,
we don't want the copyright strike. And of course, I can't control the commercials.
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm sure if I pay for it, I can. And somebody said if you take the scroll bar and scroll all the way to the end and then go back to the beginning and replay the video, you will cut out all of the commercials.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't really know how effective that is. I tried it and maybe I wasn't doing it right. Now, this is actually metal, so this is going to be a little crazy. Hold on a second. Let me try to go back and find something not so crazy. I like 80s rock, but not the crazy metal stuff. Oh, and then there's 70s, retro 70s stuff. I grew up listening to that stuff, so. Let's see. No copyright jazz. Just got to make sure it says non-copyrighted, I guess, in order to. Yeah, I think the yellow circle on NCS means electronica music. Green was that sort of indie dance vibe thing that you heard.
It has plenty of service to give me all the notifications, but no service to stream what I want it to do.
Yeah, this is true. And that's like that with all of these sites. Spotify and Pandora and iHeartRadio is another one. Then you got SMS Music, you know. I have it in my car, but I don't pay for it anymore. But every now and again, it becomes free so that people can take a listen and see if they want to buy it, like a preview for a little bit.
Yeah.
I only found it good for like sports to listen when I couldn't watch it here at the house. But
I don't want to verify my account. I want you to play my stupid music. Oh.
This was just put out on the 20th from NCS. It says the top most popular songs of 2020, 1 hour gaming music, and NCS Music 2020 number 11. And it goes for an hour and 8 minutes. So if we leave it on in the background, we don't have to worry about changing it. Of course, I don't know about any of you. I ain't in the Christmas spirit to be listening to Christmas music yet. I'm such a Scrooge.
Bob, my husband got excited because the Scrooge comes on Friday night, the cartoon one, the one we all grew up with. He got way too
Right.
excited about that. Okay,
Can't
Tara,
remember.
thanks for letting me know. She's seen me commenting in the live. I just want to make sure if it was a shout out, I didn't miss it.
Yeah, congrats, Tara, on the 50 pounds weight loss. Keep it going. You'll stall.
Yeah.
It happens, but just don't stop. Just keep going.
That's right.
Don't let that deter you. We all have those problems, ups and downs, you know.
Tara, do you fast, Tara? Just asking. You said you're stalled out, so do you fast?
Yeah, that's that Rihanna song, but it's not her singing it, like you said.
Right. Look, somebody come turn the alarm off.
Put your alarm on?
Not mine. Somebody out here in the parking lot says, though.
Oh, in their vehicle, they set it off.
Somebody did.
Now, when I used to have my car with the boom in it, I used to set off alarms everywhere. I would just drive through a parking lot booming, and everybody's alarms would start going off. I thought it was funny. That or a loud pickup truck. Okay, well, I could see the chat in one and see us on the other, and then I'm good with that. She says she does fast. She's been lazy keto, and she wants to do the work to track, etc. And she knows she needs to. I don't really track. I started tracking just lately only because my weight started to slowly tick up. You know, that point, whatever on the scale, it kept going up. And I was like, but I'm not eating. What I'm finding is if I don't eat, I put on weight or don't lose. Like my body's telling me, you need to eat more because I eat those 3 hamburgers. Yeah, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm not hungry. I wake up, I do my thing. I clean the house. I eat 3 hamburgers, the 80-20 from Walmart. And then I have some of my homemade fermented pickled onions because that's like the only way I could eat any kind of vegetable is if I ferment it. This music is crazy. And I just find that if I have some Rebel ice cream, like when I get off in the morning, I actually lose weight. Like a pound. I did that last night, like this morning, you know, before I went to bed. And I literally woke up a pound down on the scale. I don't understand. It's the weirdest thing how Rebel ice cream's got something in it that makes me lose weight. I don't eat it every day. My mom does. She lives on that stuff.
I found by not tracking this last 30 days, we're on our 30-day challenge. Today's the last day. And by not tracking, I've been eating around 40 to 50 carbohydrates a day without tracking. And I'm thinking, and I thought I was doing good because I was, you know, I was just counting carbs. So I thought I had it under control. And obviously that's not
yeah. Well, it's very hard to eat. Go ahead. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because it's a little loud for me. I'm having a hard time hearing you. Nobody else has really even said if they heard it or not. Oh, yeah. Lori said she heard it.
Yeah.
I like Lori's name, Fluffy No Mo.
Fluffy No Mo. I love it too.
Fluffy No Mo. So it's very hard to eat carbs when you're carnivore, and that's why I've been doing the carnivore diet since June of 2019, because it's just easier not to have to track. You know, I make my 3 hamburgers. I grab however many onions I want. There are carbs in that. I also ferment carrots, which I know a lot of people don't eat carrots on keto or carnivore, but because the lactobacillus that helps ferment and or pickle the vegetables, it actually eats a lot of the carbs and the sugar that's in the vegetables naturally. So I'm not eating that many. But you know, I try not to eat the veggies at all. Like last night I just did straight meat because I figured my weight keeps ticking up a little bit, that point whatever on the scale. Let me not eat the onions and see if that's what's doing it. I don't want one of those little pocket pets where you prick your finger and, you know, spend an exorbitant amount of money on something I can't even trust.
There's a breathalyzer at Walmart for $35.
Oh yeah? Do you
Tara,
believe it'll work?
I don't know. Tara, she does have a channel. She is up in the comments, losing Drea.
There's kind of like a screeching. Is that me or you? You hear it?
I hear
It
it a
sounds
little
like a
bit.
hamster on a wheel.
I hear it a little bit too. So I don't know if the feedback from your computer with the song, because I can't really make out the song. I can hear your
I hear it
music.
when you
but I
talk.
can't. Oh well, it could be me. Be
Yeah, I don't
me.
think it's the song. Thank you, Tara.
Yeah. So she says she thinks it's carb creep.
Carb creep, yeah.
Carb creep as well. I mean,
Well,
just the other day, I was up to 49 carbohydrates, and I was like, what did I eat today with all these carbohydrates in it? But most of it's my coffee.
Yeah, and that's not really bad. You know, some people do 50 carbs or 100 carbs. I try to keep mine always 20 or less. And then when I went just, carnivore, I said, okay, well, I just feel better without eating carbs of any kind, because whenever I eat lettuce, salad, spinach, whatever green, leafy green, whatever they tell you you're supposed to eat, I just get hungrier again in another hour or two. But you remember, if you eat Chinese food, you know how like you're hungry again? It's so many carbs. That's why. So my body doesn't know the difference between a carb in an apple or a carb in something low carb or even a net carb. It wants more carbs. That's all it knows. So for me to feel my optimal best, I try to stay away from as much of those vegetables. I even grow my own alfalfa sprouts and broccoli sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
And I grow that in a jar that I leave on my counter. And it takes about 6 days, give or take, to be edible. And I'll put that like on a burger or something, because I love vegetables. If anybody looks back at my channel, you'll see that I'm vegan, vegetarian. I've done it all. I've done anything other than a pill, a potion, or a program. I've never done any of that. I did Weight Watchers when I was 16. And I lost 13 pounds the first week, because like any diet, you're going to drop a bunch of water weight. But that wasn't sustainable. Any diet wasn't sustainable. So when I found keto, what was great about it was I was able to just follow a list that said, you can have this. If it's not on this page, don't eat it. It was the Dr. Westman's clinical trial. Yeah, that's how I found it. It was January 7th, 2018. I said, I'm going to do that. But I had already been doing Wheat Belly. And Wheat Belly, you are eliminating all the grain anyway. So I was really already low carb. I transitioned into keto when I first started. I didn't have I've never had keto flu. The headaches, I've never broken out in a rash. My hair has never fallen out. My hair is actually the best it's ever been now at my age. And menopause has a way of making it frizzy. So I take a straightener to it. And
Lord,
sometimes
let's not get started on menopause.
Oh, girl, let me tell you. And I'm sweating now. I got to turn my fan on. It seems like I mention the word menopause and I start sweating. It's in my brain. It's mind over matter. But I have an air-conditioned vent blowing behind me. Tara says she did Weight Watchers back in the day in the cabbage diet. She tried vegan and a lot of other stuff, and keto saved me. And
that's
talking
great,
music.
I did want to talk more music, Tara. I had a whole plan, but my devices aren't working out for me tonight.
That's why I got this music going in the background, which probably ain't nobody even listening to. I don't know. It sounds a little loud now because it's music I don't usually listen to. So I'm going to try to look for something else for y'all.
Drea says that she listens to country, Tara. What do you listen to? I listen to a lot of music. I listen to Struggle Jennings. I listen to Waylon Jennings. Hey, AJ, how are you? I listen to Maren Morris. I listen to all kinds of music.
Oh, yeah. I listen to all that.
Have you listened to Struggle Jennings, Drea?
I don't think so, unless I heard it. I mean, a lot of the stuff I listen to is on the radio or on my Spotify because it, recommends me
I
because I
think he's
have that.
considered. I think he's considered country rap. I think.
No, I listen to Yellow Wolf, who is like a country rapper kind of. He's got a
Mhm.
song I love. What's it called? When I'm Gone or something like that, I think it's called. I like also when it comes to like country rap, I love Jimmy Allen, but Jimmy Allen does a song with Carrie Underwood called Champion. And that is like, I thought it was a new song, something that came out maybe for the Super Bowl or something. And come to find out, it's 2 years old already.
That's what I was thinking. It's a couple of years old. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't play it on the country music station that I normally keep it on. And that's why I didn't know it.
Because he's country rap. They don't play, no country station that I've ever heard plays the country rap scene, period.
He's Ludacris is on that one. Jimmy Allen's not country rap. Jimmy Allen and this new what's her name? Mickey Guyver. She's the first Black country artist. She actually came on the CMAs in a beautiful white dress, pregnant. If you watch that, and she's done an amazing job. That song is "Drunken Missing You." I love that song, and it's got some boom to it. I have Beats by Dre speakers that, not Dre, they're not mine. Beats by Dre. They're in my car. My car came equipped with them. And my car is just like, I can get in my car, turn up the radio, and I don't care. There's nothing in the world that can bother me then. I'm just like, that's my therapy,
Right. I open up the sunroof, plug in the music to the Bluetooth, and go for it.
Exactly.
I have Rockfords through the car, so.
Oh, I got all of it. But you got Rockport. That's good.
But it came with that. It's a jukebox.
Oh, you got the little box car. The, what do you call it? Cube or something with the hamsters that dance.
Oh no, this is a Nissan. The hamsters are Kia, I think. But anyway,
okay.
it's a weird looking car. It's a Nissan Juke. It is a really weird looking car.
No, I've seen them. They're cute. They're really cute. Me, I don't like to be in anything that's like a wheelchair anyways, because then I always say there's not enough room to bend over and kiss your butt goodbye if you had to.
Right.
I got one that's full
AJ, how are you doing?
Okay, I'm trying to find some royalty-free country music playlist here that's going to play for a bit that we can all have a listen to. And
what kind of music do you like to listen to, AJ?
What did he say? Because I'm on a different screen. I can't see it.
He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm probably just going to have to play a bunch of songs or something because
that's fine.
There's only one country playlist in this no copyright sounds, and this is it.
This makes me want to move to the other side of the parking lot and see if I can't get better service.
Yeah, it's funny that you're in a parking lot for McDonald's and you can't get good Wi-Fi. They always have, they boast about that here. We even have one inside the Walmart that you can, get Wi-Fi at, but I don't. These days, don't want to sit around and breathe in anybody else's whatever. Because you got to come out of that mask if you're going to eat something.
Yeah, I like to sit outside my coffee house because it's close enough to the service, but far enough away from people.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to do. Is I was just going to go outside because the internet. I live in the sticks, so it's spotty to none, if anything. Yeah. And of course, I got the fan going, so I have a hard time hearing.
My phone says.
That was a song called "Cookie with Sloan," but it doesn't say who does them originally. And this one's called "Crying in My Beer." This is why I used to not listen to country music. I used to think that it was very depressing. And if I walked into a bar or something and they were playing country music on the jukebox, I would literally turn around and walk out.
Listen,
So I know I've gotten older.
my bar put in one of those about 5 years ago. They put in one of those jukeboxes that you can find any kind of music on, you know, not just a disc, but
Oh, AJ likes anything but new country, and here I am playing country. If you like the old country music, it had meaning to it back then. It's true, it
sure
did. Yeah, I love the older stuff, like Rascal Flatts. Love some Rascal Flatts. That new song, I Wish. I was bawling in the car the other day. But see, that's why I don't like country before when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I don't listen to anything but country for the most part because it's just so relaxing. You know, I said it's either going to make you relax, make you cry, or make you an alcoholic.
Right. Well, needless to say, that bar took out they took out the jukebox they put in because they didn't like what I was playing.
You know it's bad when they remove the one thing that probably makes them the most money because they don't like what you were playing.
Look, everybody shut up and turned and looked directly at the jukebox. They were like, really? Hey, he put it in, and I'm just playing the music I like.
I know. But yeah, Johnny Cash and Hank Jr. and Vanilla Ice. That's a good mixture, AJ. A little Cash and Ice. Cash, Ice, and Junior. I know too many people like Johnny Cash from like old school, people my age. Love Johnny Cash. Ring of Fire. And Vanilla Ice, I don't know. I guess when I was younger, I kind of liked his little Ice Ice Baby, but he's kind of a one-hit wonder.
Well, he had some before Ice Ice Baby, but they're not as memorable as that song for sure.
Yeah, no, that was like one of the most memorable. And now, I don't know if it's still up because I don't watch TV much, but he did one of those like fix and flip shows where you buy a house.
Oh, yeah, that's still on.
Is it?
He's actually,
with Vanilla Ice?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Wait, what?
Yeah, what's his real name? Is like Percy something or other.
Wouldn't you want to be Vanilla Ice?
Only if you got money. I mean, otherwise, no.
Let's see.
See, the stuff that's playing sounds kind of current, but it's obviously copyright free, so it's not going to be the kind of tunes any of us are used to listening to, obviously. But hey, what's a music chat without music, right?
I know. That's what's making me so mad.
Well, but how many people do we have in here? Because it says 4 watching, and
4,
7 people have given it a like, so that's good. Some have come and gone. But
it says on my end 4, but you can't always. Oh.
Well, that's including me and including you. So there's really 3 others besides you and I.
Well, I'm not actually in the I'm not in the chat through YouTube, so it's not counting.
Oh, okay. So actually, I am, and plus my phone. So one of them at least is me.
That's true, or 2 of them.
It could be. So, and the AJ and you, and that's it. I think. I don't know where Lori went. She might have didn't like the country music.
We'll have things to do. Let's see if I can't get into this.
What states do you live in? I live in Florida, AJ. I'm in Fort Myers, Lehigh Acres, Florida. But when I say that, people think Green Acres is the place to be.
Yeah.
And she's in Tennessee. Michelle's in Tennessee. But from Georgia, aren't you? You from Georgia?
I am from Georgia.
And I'm looking to move to Georgia or Tennessee or somewhere up there. I can go anywhere. Is there any farmhouses abandoned up there that need somebody to come take care of them and live in them? That's
here?
What I'm looking for. Yeah.
Tennessee or in Georgia?
Anywhere. I can go anywhere, girlfriend. Anywhere. It don't matter. I just want to be out of Florida.
I can find you a farmhouse.
Could
here
you?
In Tennessee for sure, yeah.
Nothing too expensive.
Well, what's not too expensive though? You're not expensive, and my not expensive might be a different thing.
Well, I'm looking at like under 100,000, 70, 80, somewhere in there, you know.
Yeah, you could find something there. You could find something here in that price range, but I don't know if you're going to find anything in Georgia for that price range.
Oh, I have. That's why I was
You
looking, but
have?
not in Columbus. Yeah, yeah, they do have a lot of properties. I mean, they need a little work, but I don't mind doing the work. I'm a DIY chick
Right.
anyways. I'm
Right.
renting where I'm at, and I put so much money into somebody else's house over the years that I've lived here. It's ridiculous. Rock of Angels by D.G. Schmally that I love, or Schmoley.
Jeez.
Yes, I know Rock of Angels, Lori. That is a good song, but I don't know that we can play that. Not in here, but that is a good song. And I don't even know if DJ Schmoley is the one that originated Rock of Angel. Let me see if I can find that, and I'll tell you for sure. But that's the problem with a lot of songs today, is that they're spin-off, somebody else, a cover.
Whoops. That device probably won't work right.
What'd you do?
I slung it down into the floorboard. I didn't mean to.
No. Rock of Ages, right? I think that's what it is. That has like Joan Jett in it and a bunch of other people. Oh yeah, so that's just a remake of the original song. Please allow me to introduce myself. Was that like the
She says
Rolling
it's allowed on.
Stones or something? Yeah, it's like a mashup.
Oh, okay. Well, evidently Dunkin' Donuts has better Wi-Fi than McDonald's does.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rock of Ages was originally a jukebox musical around a classic rock song from the 80s, especially the original Broadway production, which ran for 2,328 performances.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good to know. But it's also a Christian hymn written by Augustus M. Toplady with music by Thomas Hastings, as it was printed on Google March 10th, 2015. I just love reading about old rock and history and bands, cultures of music. I mean, I got a guitar. I also have a piano over here, but I'm not one of those to play it as much or sing to it when I do. If it wasn't for the whole, crud going around, I probably wouldn't have even taken the time out to try to learn it a little bit more nowadays than I've ever, I pick it up more than I did ever. I have 6 guitars in my house. I have some hanging in my bedroom, some in my closet, and then the one here that I actually prefer to play because the sound of it is just beautiful compared to all the others. They're not set up right. This is called The Engagement. You'll hear it. Yes, it's also a Def Leppard song. And I saw Def Leppard in concert in the, I would say, mid to late 80s.
I have never been to a concert.
No? Oh my gosh.
Never.
My first concert, I was 15. It was a YouTube. Listen to me. It was a U2 concert, and it was an outdoor concert. And that was like my first real concert. I've been to outdoor concerts and stuff. Miami, Florida is famous for all kinds of events and things taking place. Many Woodstock type things. We had Reynolds Park right by where I lived, and that is a park that even Jim Morrison and the Doors did a music video in. And so there were always people doing music videos there and stuff, and events taking place.
Well, I finally got in, but it's telling me that it can't find my account.
It's allowed on YouTube. Where?
Oh,
Well,
no.
yeah, it's allowed on YouTube, but that doesn't see, just because there's music on YouTube doesn't mean everybody can play it on their lives or in their videos. Because like even the original You're Sideways, Michelle. Even the original Vimeo or whatever videos, which are by the artists themselves, they're on YouTube. Wow. Nice to meet you, AJ. I'll have to look you up. If you have a channel, I'll join it. Happy Thanksgiving to you too and your family for sure. Okay, Michelle is paused at the moment, so hopefully if you see me here, she's probably trying to make her way back without disconnecting anything. But it says I'm in the show and you all can hear and see me, so that's good. Good to have backup, Michelle, when you get back. Mine is Losing Drea. It's in my name here. I'll type it for you. There you go. Just as you see it. It's all about keto and carnivore and cooking and sometimes just daily life stuff, kind of like Michelle's channel is too. She does hunting and stuff like that also on her channel. We don't all always just
Can you
talk
hear
about,
me?
oh, she's back. Well, yep. Yeah, you froze, you were sideways, you were upside down, and then you were gone.
My phone completely died. I plugged it up, but it doesn't charge unless the car is on.
Oh, yeah, mine does that too. I hate that. In fact, I got to plug mine up, but then I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep the charge going without it messing up here. So I don't stick it in a
God.
cover. Stand up. I'm going to rig it so that it'll
says
stay
me.
in
I
the
don't
cup
know.
and charge.
Bye,
There we
AJ.
go. See? Now we can charge.
It is really pixelated now, isn't it? Yeah. Darn it. My phone's coming back up. Work with me just a couple of minutes.
YouTube, but then not on my phone. The phone is more up.
1 second. I can hear you. Y'all give me just a second. I'm trying to work this out.
Still on. It's NCS copyright music. And all. Now you got yeah, I'm gonna pause this because I can't hear you at all.
Oh my God.
Reaching, gotta stamp some notes.
Oh my gosh. Leave. Not in the broadcast. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I don't know what happened. Let's see if we can't get Drea back up here. Ah, this is a mess. You know what happens when you try to be so prepared? You know what I'm saying? It just don't ever work out right for me, you guys. Ever.
Thanks, AJ.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfectly.
All right.
And I'm not frozen here or there. Lori said, Michelle is clear as a bell, but Trey is frozen. This was earlier. I was cracking up when I looked up and I saw that. I'm going to start singing
You're
Let It Go. I hate that song, by the way. But I still got that country stuff. That's not really that country. It's mild country. Not to mention it's instrumental country because there's no singing to it. Which is kind of good because we're having this live stream and we're talking. So that would only probably confuse things more. But nobody else has chimed in other than Lori and AJ about the kind of music they like. There's only 3 of us now that AJ left, and that's probably just you, me,
and Lori. It's just me. This is making me mad.
That's a title or a verse in a song. I end up singing it. Yeah, I see you, but not me on the computer.
I see both of us on the phone.
Hear you now. Yeah, I can see it on the phone, but not on the computer. Here I am. I came back. And me, haha. Everybody must be planning going out shopping right now for last minute holiday.
They're probably
things.
cooking. I should be at home cooking, so that's might be what they're doing.
I'm making just a regular little dinner. I'm not doing anything too fancy. I mean, I am going to make the low carb Aldi's multi-seed bread stuffing with some sausage in it that I did on that video with a couple of apples cut up in it. And I might add some red onion to it. But I'm making a spiral ham that I got from Aldi's, a little one. I mean, it's just my mom and I. My husband's coming for dinner, but but he ain't going to be staying too long, and he's got to drive back up to North Port Richey where he's been staying at. So I don't think he's going to be eating a whole lot. They have had gastric bypass surgery in the past. So his surgery was in 2014. Her surgery was back in like 2004. But their tool still works, so they don't eat hardly anything in one sitting. So I said, why bother? I was going to do seafood. I used to do that on Christmas dinner. We'd get blue crabs and eat seafood and manicotti at my girlfriend. She's Italian, and her dad, he, real Italian, authentic, make the sauce and the stuffed shells and all that stuff we don't eat on keto. But I'm not eating. I got potatoes, like garlic, cauliflower mash, whatever. I'm going to try them. I might have to kick them up a notch and make them a little bit more palatable, but I don't have to eat them if I don't like them, and neither does anybody else. I bought a can of corn. I said, if I'm going to cheat, I'm going to do it on the vegetables because I love vegetables. So I got a can of corn, a couple cans of green beans, and some mushrooms, and I'm going to make a little mixture, kind of a casserole. And then I'm going to do the spiral ham with my brown sugar, which is a monk fruit, like a Lakanto kind of a monk fruit brown sugar base sweetener, not mixed. Because if you ever see Swerve or Truvia, it's a blend, and there's real sugar in that. If you don't read the label, you want it. Now, I've heard this song. It's called Happy Mandolin. People have used this in their video.
It sounds familiar.
Because I've heard it. Yeah. It's kind of cute. But this is the last song on here. It's only 23 minutes in total of 10 songs on a playlist for this country guitar mix. So I look like I'm gonna have a crank in my neck. And you too, Lori. And me, haha. Yep. That's
And
it.
me.
Just us. Now it says 2 watching, so I think Lori might have
It's
left
just
herself
us.
out, or that's the watching part. I don't know. We got to learn this thing, Michelle. We're gonna keep using
I
it.
know. Listen,
Mercy me. Can't play that. I will say one thing. I look incredibly slender in the face and the neck in the live stream.
well, that's good.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was using this night cream stuff from L'Oreal that they sent
Yeah.
me a full size. They sent me 2 full size things, one for day cream, one for the night. And they wanted me to try it for a month. But then I had some sort of little breakout here in the corners of my nose that was burning, which I'm used to getting that. But I stopped putting anything on my face. But when I come out of the shower, I put coconut oil, the same kind you would get in a tub and cook with.
Yeah,
I put it
do
all
that too.
over. Well, no more breakouts. I have not broken out in any kind of what I thought was like psoriasis or something. And I don't have any of those problems, but I put that lotion that's supposed to be, or what's it called, moisturizer, and I couldn't do it.
Okay, it's pulled
But
it up
all
now.
of this, well, I see you. Pulled up what? Your
I've got
music?
it pulled up now. Finally, the epidemic sound has finally pulled up.
Oh, okay. Well, good. This
Lori
one
says
stopped,
she's still
so I'm gonna
here.
take that on. Oh, good.
Okay, let's just
Thank you for
giving us a,
sticking it out with us, Lori.
that's right, Lori. Thank you. So, what did we say we wanted? Traditional country? Is that what you said you like? You like?
Yeah, anything
There's
you like,
100.
put it on, because I'm versatile.
Okay. Let's go with the classic rock then.
There you go. Lori said she liked the 80s rock, so she's the only one here with us. We should accommodate her likes.
That is exactly right. You're right. You're so right. Let's see what we can find.
It's like me with living places. I could go anywhere. I could bring my job with me, and I can go anywhere. My mom can
Lori,
go
do you
anywhere
want?
I go.
Lori, you want some angry classic rock? I didn't know there was an angry classic rock.
Me either. I probably like metal. Metal would to me.
Uh-oh, we lost her again. Well, I don't know how to turn the sound down. I told you guys I wasn't techie, right? You heard me say that, right, Lori? I said I'm not techie. This is called Living Easy by Jaw Square. These Legs by Cotton Walls. I hadn't either, Lori. Drea's trying to come back. I hear you somewhat. I can barely hear you, Drea.
That's a weird type.
She keeps freezing out. Dre is trying to come back.
There you are. I see you now on the phone. Okay, now I gotta
All right.
mute this. There we go.
This
I
is
heard you
called
say
Love
Drea's
and War
trying to
by
come back.
Chester Malone.
It's funny. They got like, what's that guy? Malone. What's his name? Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Yeah, the one with the tattoos all over his face. He did a song recently with Ozzy Osbourne that I like. It's really good.
Post Malone and Ozzy done a song?
Yes, it is really, really killer.
I'm going to have to listen to that.
It's on my Spotify, and I love it. In my car, it booms. So you got good sound system, you should get it, download it, and listen to it. You'll love it. Let me see what it's called. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, Post Malone and Ozzy Osbourne. Hold on a minute here. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these different artists are coming together. Like I said, the one with Jimmy Allen and Carrie Underwood, Champion. When I'm feeling down or devaluing myself, I put that song on and I put it on loop and I just let it keep playing. It really reminds me that I don't need to take no crap, you know, and it's been helping me. I mean, music is so freeing sometimes. It's healing, but it's freeing too. Like if you listen to it and really like understand what you're listening to, you know.
Have you ever heard the group Dorothy?
No, I don't think I have.
She played Cindy Lou Who off of The Grinch.
Okay, now I know who that is.
Well, she's a rocker chick. She's damn good too.
Wow, Dorothy. I'm gonna have to look that up.
She's
it's called Take What You Want. It's called Take What You Want from Post Malone and Ozzy. Take What You Want, featuring Travis Scott and Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, it is a really good song. It's off of the album Hollywood's Bleeding is what it's called.
Oh my goodness, I hope this lady leaves soon. She's about to drown me with her headlight.
Oh gosh.
The coffee houses.
I'll get flashed from people's high beams when I'm heading towards them because I've got the LED lights. It's a Chrysler 300S, and I guess I'm blinding people, but it's nothing I'm doing. I'm not deliberately flashing high beams.
I think it's funny that they flash me now, and then I flash them back and really give them the double, the double lights. Like, see, mine weren't on.
You want some brights? I'll give you brights and show you my brights weren't on.
And I mean too, because I'll flash them back and then leave them on high beams.
Yep. But I have a wide light mode where it takes the light and lights up the whole area. And I've had people when I'm traveling up to Georgia in the middle of the night ride my tail all the way because my lights are better than their lights. And when you go up in the country and you're driving in the roads in the hills, especially if you followed me from here in Florida where everything's flat, then it's good to have somebody that can lead the way that's got some good lights. But I don't try to blind anybody, but if they blind me, I get mad and I give it right back to them. So here, you want blinds? I'll tell you blinds.
I do too. Like if they flash me because they think I'm on high, and then I'll flash them back and I'll just let it stay there though. I don't turn them back off. So
that's what I do too. Yep. So you want some brights? I'll give you some brights. That ain't bright. My brights ain't on. Sorry. But was that some Bee Gees you were about to play? Night Fever. That song you're playing right now?
It's called Two Fly. Mia Pifferman.
I could hear it now, but I'd never heard it before. I don't think any of these songs are anything any of us have ever heard before unless we have that epidemic sound.
I was trying to find some like covers of something, but they're like I just got it yesterday, so I've never really looked into it.
Yeah. I'm surprised Jelly's not here. She loves music too. I mean, everybody loves music. Who doesn't? but I think she was probably looking forward to the chat, and something might have come up or something, and she just kind of a weird hour for people. I mean, it's
Yeah,
6 o'clock
my
your
only
time, 7 o'clock my time. A lot of people eat dinner, you know, kind of like a
dinner.
late dinner.
And there's a lot of people that live stream at this time of the day too. Like Rhonda said is on live right now, and a couple other people that I follow.
Right.
So.
There's another keto person I watch. Sometimes she pops up too, and I'm like, oh, no, not watching you. She mostly cooks though on hers.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to do more cooking videos. You know, I'd like to set my
Yeah.
kitchen up to where I can, yeah, but then I put the damn pot in front of me and you couldn't see what I was doing behind it. I was like, what were you thinking, Drea? And I have an induction cooker so that I could bring the stove top closer. You know what I mean? It would be a lot better. But what I wanted to do was more interactive cooking where, like, kind of like Chopped. I'm going to lay out a bunch of ingredients and you all can see at home what I have. And then you tell me what you want me to use in tonight's whatever, you know? And I might be throwing away a lot of food, but because I don't eat a lot of the stuff that I can cook. See, I was a gourmet baker and self-taught cake decorator, and I was the one making cakes and cookies and all kinds of holiday and special occasion stuff for whoever needed it or wanted it. They came to me for my chocolate cake, which isn't even my chocolate cake. It's the Hershey's chocolate cake, which now I found a keto Hershey's chocolate cake recipe. I'm going to have to try it. I haven't yet. It's the same. Well, you know, anywhere you just don't use, you're not going to use regular vegetable oil in your thing. You're probably going to use butter instead. Or you can use probably some sort of a sour cream or something. And then you're not also going to use regular flour. You're going to use almond, coconut, maybe a variation of the both. Maybe put in some psyllium husk powder, just kind of give it a little bit more of that together binder, you know? I cook a lot of things keto for my mom, but I can't eat them. And I will taste them. And one taste is usually leads to a bunch more taste. You doing the radical scatticle? The Skittle one.
Radical skedaddle.
I like that one. I've had it. The one is my favorite right now is the candy apple. I like candy apple and key lime.
I did myself in on the candy. I didn't like the key lime. Everybody came at me and said, you have to try the key. I mean, it was good. It was okay, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
One favorite. Well, if you've had the sour, what's it called? Sour something?
This is really the only sour one that I really liked, though.
Yeah, but sour heads taste a lot like key lime to me. It's very, very similar. But that's what the ones I've been drinking now, and I just bought a whole bunch of them. Is I got the candy apple, I got the key lime, because key lime comes in the 4-packs, which are you save a little bit, and I got a couple of the birthday bash because I love. I don't know how they fit vanilla birthday cake in a can, but that's what it tastes. I mean,
it tastes just like a Walmart birthday cake. The whole fake icing, the whole fake cake. How did they do that, Drea? How did they get that?
I have no clue. And you know, VPX Sports is here in Florida, in Weston, not too far. It's kind of far, but maybe an hour from me, hour and a half from me.
Yeah, they sold out.
Well, yeah, they sold out in the height of the pandemic months back. I couldn't find Bang anywhere, and somewhere I took a picture.
They sold out to Pepsi. They sold out to Pepsi.
Oh, is that what it is?
The transition between the company who was manufacturing it and then the sale is the reason you couldn't find it, because the transition. They should be everywhere now because Pepsi has gotten it taken care of now. From what I've been told.
Every flavor, and then all these new flavors came out too.
And if you look at your Walmart stores now too, remember back when they first came out real big, you couldn't find them cold at Walmart because all Walmart's cases are either Coca-Cola or Pepsi, and they didn't want the Bang in their space. So now in my Walmart, there's a huge Bang energy drink cooler in the middle of all the checkouts. It's huge. It's bright colors, and it's got every kind you could even think of now in the case.
Yeah, we have the ones with the little accordion doors that you can pull open, and then you have some cold right there when you're walking out. but they usually don't have the better flavors because they're all taken. The
Yeah.
flavors that'll be left behind are like the lemon drop and the older flavors, but the birthday bang is never in there. Rarely do I
sweeter
see the
ones.
candy apple.
The sweeter
they're all
ones are hard
sweet.
to find.
The cotton candy one I found too sweet. The unicorn one, way too sweet.
I don't like the unicorn one. I like the pina colada one.
I did like the pina colada one for a while until I found the key lime. I got sick of it. I had too much. I was pina coladaed out.
I was candy apple crisped out. So
yeah.
Started on this radical skedaddle.
Have you had the Monster drinks that tried to copy them? There was a big lawsuit over that.
Their flavor profile sucks. The energy was good.
It made me sick.
The energy for me was good, but the flavor profile was awful compared to the
same. Yeah,
yes.
I could taste that sort of like diet flavor kind of thing going on with it.
You get the BCAAs or whatever the stuff it's more chemically tasting to me. The knockoff.
Yeah, like a vitamin or something in it.
Yeah, like.
But the same with their zero carb Monsters that they had. I used to get that like vitamin kind of taste, and I didn't like that. But I didn't like that they were copying. That they were copying VPX and copying Bang, and I thought that is rude. And not only that, then they would have it like here was Bang, here was Monster. Like
right. Uh-oh, lost her again. Drea, I don't know what's up. Is anybody else still here? Chime in if you're still here. There's only one 1970s rock song, classic rock song on this on Epidemic Sound, but it's Living Easy.
Bang, and I thought that is rude. And not only that, then they would have it like here was Bang. Okay, now you're back on the phone, so now here was Monster. Like now I'm muting. You got to mute the computer if I get you on the phone, but when I don't get you on the phone, I got to mute the phone and then try to get you on the computer, which is a good half a minute behind. It's weird. But man, it's getting late. It's only us in here now. It says one watching. I don't know. Is that Lori still?
Lori, or you?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. She said she was still here. That was at 8.
This one's called Living Easy. It sounds familiar. You're frozen in an unbecoming stance.
Type. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I must have. Okay. I was laughing when you said I was frozen in an unbecoming sense, and I was like, "Well, isn't that just like this damn thing to freeze somebody up or lag and get you where you got like this, like one eye open, one eye closed, all messed up."
Oh my gosh.
That's how these drama channels. That's how these drama channels, they'll get these people that they want to do videos about, and they'll get the worst image that they could find of them, and they'll usually take like a screenshot from a video where they pause it, where you got that like, oh, this is they look like they were just high or drunk or something because they just caught them like that, you know. What? The dog is coming to say hi. You want to come up here? Come up here and say hi. Come on. Come on. And they don't talk back, but I had to change that and stop saying that about them not talking back because mine talk back. Don't you? Don't you? Too smart. Yeah, they're both the same age though. She turns 6 first on, I think, like I said, it was the 6th of November, if I'm not mistaken, and he turns 6 on the 28th of December. So they're only a little less than 2 months apart from one another. But it was
That's
cool. When I first got him, the vet said, he's going to think he's a cat because he was only 3 weeks old when they gave him to me, and I didn't know it. We were just so excited to have a new puppy. And then when I started doing the math, I was like, holy crap, he's not even 3 weeks old. He wasn't supposed to be taken away from his mom yet. But there was a lot
yeah.
of things where I got him from the people that had given them to me that I wasn't going to bring him back. There was no way. So
Yeah,
when I took him to the vet, yeah, they said he's going to think he's a cat. Get another dog or something so he can learn some dog things from him. So when I got Duchess, the girl dog, was from a friend of mine in Tampa, and we drove up to get her. She already had the cone around her head because she'd just gotten, she was kind of about to be able to get out of it, but they had fixed her and done all the shots and all that. So she was up.
but we lost Dre again, you guys. I'm not sure why it's not working. It's not, but it's just not. This is cool. We'll get there by and by Go for Howell, Naomi Thornton. It's got a good sound to it.
Hot Mess Express.
What?
That's fun.
You're like my Hot Mess Express.
I don't know what's going on. I see me and not you up on my phone. But I see you on the computer and not me. So something weird's going on.
I see us both.
Kind of why I've always been afraid of the StreamYard thing. But I hear
Try to just come in on your computer if you want to.
here I am.
If you want to.
Well, right now I got you back.
Okay.
I just think that on my computer, the reason I'm seeing me pixelated on the computer is it's Wi-Fi. I just look for the Wi-Fi on the phone. It's better.
I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're breaking up.
Probably worse. Okay, hold on. Can you post link again? Because I don't even.
Okay.
I just on my computer, reason I
It sounds like we got aliens trying to take over the stream.
Give you shelter, let them know you're part of your goals. Maybe none of it matters, 'cause I don't want to let go. I never meant to break a promise.
Yeah, sorry about that, Drea, but it is. It's hard to hear you. I'm sorry it didn't work. Oh, you do? Okay, give me just a moment. Give me just a minute, Dre. Mm. Let's see.
Hey, it works.
There you are.
Yeah, it's probably better anyway because my Mac works much better than my phone in my house. It's just
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't do anything in my house with my phone with Verizon, and they say that's the best network, but they lie.
that's
They
what I
lie.
got. That's exactly who I have, Verizon, and they're better than Metro, which I had for 20 years, but not in my house. It don't matter. I have everything is a dead zone, but if I stand in my kitchen in one particular area where I got like my arms on my countertop, which I have like a bar type top, I can
Yeah.
talk right there and nowhere else in my house. It is stupid. It works.
There you are.
But I do
Yeah,
hear a
it's
delay in
probably
the
better
sound. My Mac works much better than my phone in my house. It's just-
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't do anything in my house with my phone with Verizon, and they say that's the best network. They
It's-
lie.
That's I got it on twice. I turned off one. Let me get out of that Facebook because I went to Facebook to pull up our conversation, our little chat, to get the link.
Right.
That's
Right.
where you can send it. I don't keep Facebook open. I don't go. I'm not a big Facebooker. You'll see me in there every now and again, but every time I go in there, it's like Facebook knows that I'm an empath and I am always posting to people who have had bad things happen, you know, people passing away, dogs dying, and I'm always like, oh, I'm sorry. So like now that's all they show me. Kind of like the whole advertising thing, you know, they know where you go, what you've been looking at,
Right.
and so they gear those ads to you. Same thing with the timeline post, and I don't want to see any of that. It's very depressing.
So that's an interesting topic. One day we're going to have to really delve into that. Empath.
Oh, you didn't? Do you know what that is?
Somewhat. I've been done a little research here and there.
Have you heard of rainbow people or rainbow children, rainbow babies?
No.
Well, they're not gay. I was telling you, I was like, but I didn't know what it was for a long time because ever since I was 16, I knew something was a little different with me.
Mhm.
I have a very acute intuition about things. Like I started keto long before I knew I had cancer. And I've done a lot of other things in my life which prepared me for things that came long after I had started them. So it was like a good thing. You know what I mean? Like I do things just to do them, you know what I mean? And then find out, oh, well, then something happens and then it kind of set me up for having a better experience with it. Well, what it is if you've ever had a child or if you are a child of where your mom had a baby before you that was a stillborn or miscarried or something, then you
Right.
are considered a rainbow baby. And I have had, my mom was pregnant before me and miscarried and pregnant after me and lost it. So my brother, my two brothers, I have one that's 5 years older and one 5 years younger, and I'm in the middle. We're all 5 years apart, and we all are rainbow babies because we've had children before us and after us who have passed. So somehow or another, it has something to do with this, like, I don't know. I don't want to call it magic, but it's definitely some sort of a power going on. You know what I mean? Like my mom calls me a witch. I don't know if she means to call me the B word, but With menopause, let me tell you what, I'll be the first to admit this stuff got me clicking sometimes, you know. But she says I'm a witch because I know things. I say something's going to happen and it happens. And I mean, I don't.
So do you sense it is going to happen, or do you have premonitions that you listen to that tell you?
I would say it's like
going
a premonition, but it's not even a long-term premonition. My mouth is in fast forward when my brain's still back there somewhere, and I'll just say something out of nowhere and be like, "Why did I just say that?" And then it happens. Like I have no control over it. When I was younger, and it used to happen, I used to have dreams, and I'd wake up, and the dream was like alive, and I didn't really understand what was going on, and I thought I made it happen. I started thinking that it was my fault for thinking it.
Right.
A couple times, just like driving along, and my husband has it too. We'd be just driving along the street, and we'd see somebody doing something that looked like, okay, you know, she's drunk, she's on a bike, she's gonna get hit, and then she did. She literally ran into the side of a one of those U-Haul trucks, a rider. Yeah. And my husband was already out of the car because I was driving, and he was out of the car running up to her to help her before she even hit that truck. It was the weirdest thing. And then we had another instance living here in Fort Myers a couple years back. I picked my husband up from, we were going to our meetings and stuff. And I picked him up from the meeting, and we were driving along the street, and this guy just barreled past us, and he's like, "Oh, what an idiot, you know? That guy's going to cause an accident." And sure enough, I see my husband a good 50 feet ahead of me running. I don't know how I don't even remember seeing him getting out of the car, and he was running to an accident after he had just said that. So, until you understand what it is, you don't understand what it is. And then if you speak of it out loud and you put it in the universe, people think, "Oh, you're a weirdo." So you don't talk about it. And growing up, I tried to suppress the feelings that I had, the weird dreams and things, because I didn't understand it. And I thought nobody's going to believe me. I've seen ghosts once too, I could have been hallucinating for all I know. I used to partake in a little bit of what I call green inspiration when I was younger.
Yeah, as we did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't say everybody's done it, but I sure did it, and I'm one to admit it. It's just a symptom of addiction. And addiction for me manifests itself in a lot of different ways. Obviously, food, shopping, collecting
so
things.
You seen this ghost while you were impaired, you're saying?
Somewhat. I went to sleep after getting impaired, and I was sleeping in my bed, and I had a little... This time we didn't have like flat screen TV. We're talking like 1990.
Those big box.
Yeah, it was around 1990, I think, because it was before I met my husband. And so we had that little 13-inch plastic TV, idiot box, and it was sitting on top of a Foot Locker trunk that I had turned upwards the long way so that it was just on top of it. And I had the remote. And I kind of came to, and when I went to hit the remote, I'm looking at the TV, but there's some sort of I guess you call it apparition or something like that. And I wasn't scared. I didn't feel threatened. It was sitting at the end, right on the side of me on the bed. I was on the right side of the bed closest to the TV. And I just kind of sat there for a minute and just kind of okay, I'm half asleep. I only woke up to turn the TV off, and then I just turned the TV off and went back to sleep. So we had just moved in this house. My parents were moving in this house. I got a waterbed. I just moved back from Connecticut, where I had gone away, was living with a boyfriend, went to school, broke up with the boyfriend, came home. And I said to myself, I'm going to move into the garage apartment because I got this big bed. Why move it to the old house first? And if we're able to move into the new house, I'll move there first before anybody else does. So I was all by myself. So a few months later, we start being friendly with the neighbor right next door. And the neighbor next door tells me that the people that used to live in that house was an old lady, and she had two sons, two boys. I don't know if they were her grandkids or what have you. They lived with her. And we had 4 mango trees, big mango trees in the backyard, a key lime tree, and a couple of little trees. But these 4 mango trees, I'll get to the story in a minute about that. But they tell me that these 2 boys at 2 different times in their lives each committed suicide living in that house. One of them hung himself from one of the mango trees in the back. The other one from the rafters there in that room that I was in. And this guy, my neighbor, whose name is Scott, he likes to smoke too. And he said, oh, I used to go and we used to party all the time with smoke in there. So don't you know that I had smoked in that room a little bit before I went to sleep. He came.
You brought him back. You brought him back.
Yeah. It was like, I never told my neighbor of that story until after that. He's sitting there telling me that. And I said, well, I've got something to tell you. When I first moved in there a month ago or whatever, I had smoked a little bit and went to sleep. And when I woke up, I saw this like sort of, you could see through it, but it was clearly a person sitting on the edge of my bed. And I didn't.
He was saying, Drea, wake up.
So that was one of the first times something happened to me that I was like, okay, I have the ability to see ghosts. Because not always when I'm smoking would I see something. When I was younger, I had things that I saw that people were like, well, we don't see nothing.
Unexplainable. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ran out of the house one day down the street, far away from my house, scared, so scared, because I saw somebody looking at me through the window behind me as I was putting my makeup on. I was, I don't know, 14, 15 years old. They thought I was crazy. They're like, "What? Where'd you go? Where'd you go?" And I was like, I ain't coming back to the house. There was somebody looking at me in the window, some peeping Tom or something.
Not me.
Nobody ever seen nobody. I don't know, but things happen. Mostly now, all I do is I stay away from those, first of all, psychedelics or any kind of weed or any of that. I don't do any of that. I'm clean 11 years. Next year, it'll be 11 years in June.
Hey, Marnie.
Marnie.
Marna.
Is it Marna or Marnie?
I think her name is Marna. Right, Marna. Is it Marnie or Marna? Let us know.
I don't even see the chat. I see a private chat. Oh my goodness, I was in the wrong chat. The keto crocster? How do you say her name?
Crocheter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am definitely dyslexic too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you notice, those are all my texts talking to you, except for her. It's Marna, but either is fine. Okay, well, we'll call you Marna. Okay. You were right, Michelle. That's Marna.
This is Marna. Drea's got a channel called Losing Drea. If you're not connected with her as of yet, she is keto as well. Of course, she's got that in her title, but she's keto as well. Well, I don't know whether I consider myself an empath or not, but I can walk into a household and I can tell you whom, how many, and what sex somebody died in that house immediately. Yeah, I've only been wrong one time, and that was only because I was off by one, and the lady who had died in the house did have a miscarriage in the house as well that I didn't pick up on at first. But I got chills talking about it. But
yeah.
Not long ago, that's
not an empath, by the way. I'll tell you that in a minute. Go ahead.
Well, not long ago, my uncle passed away, and I went down to the funeral. And funerals are hard for me because I pick up on, it seems like, the angst of the situation, right? Not just the
everybody's upset. That is an empath. That's what an empath is. You feel everybody else's emotions, whether sad, happy, mad. That's an empath.
Right. And so oh gosh, I got chills. But he was cremated, and they asked everybody if they wanted a vial, right, of remains. And I'm like, absolutely not. I can't do that. I feel it enough right here without taking a piece of that back to my house with me. So I never could be able to do that. But so I don't know what all that means, but
that's what that means. What empath is short for empathetic or empathy. So when you feel other people's emotions, or what you perceive their emotions would be, for like the loss of a loved one or the loss of an animal, you take that on as if it's your own. I've been around people where I feel depressed, and I'm normally not depressed kind of a person. I always try to turn a negative into a positive. And of course, now being perimenopausal, I do get depressed bad. But but as far as like taking on other people's emotions, I never understood that that's what it was. And I found out like about 2 years ago, somebody was sharing in a meeting that they have that, and they do what it's called, and they said that's empathetic. But you're also a seeker, which my husband is, which means when you walk a seeker, it means that you can see that there had been something traumatic that has happened in a household before you got there. My husband will be walking up to a house, and I ain't going in there, and totally back up, not want to go nowhere near the house, because he doesn't want to feel the way that it makes him feel. It's traumatic, first of all. And what's really bad about that, I know you've heard of PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. What happens for a lot of us have it, and we don't know we have it. Because we're very, humans are very capable of suppressing our feelings, but more so forgetting the past. Like, we could forget things we want to forget. We could remember things we want to remember. And I have, because I have craft. I always call it craft. Can't remember a freaking thing. Yeah, can't remember a freaking thing. But it has a lot to do with the menopause, because it's the brain fog, which is why keto carnivore helps me benefit much more greater than not eating this way. As soon as I eat something that's off, the nose starts running. I can't form words properly. I can't form sentences properly. I'm not as cognizant, so I can't think the way I'm supposed to. So for nothing else, if it wasn't weight loss, the way that my mind feels, I'm benefiting so much more being, eating this way and living this lifestyle. But feelings, when the hair stands up on your arms, or you get a thought in your head that was never there before, when you're in a place that you've never been before. Yeah, it's called, you're a seeker. There's different things for different people. Some people are clairvoyant, and they can read minds or see things into the future. I can tell you one thing: any of these so-called, and I'm doing air quotes any of these so-called things, whatever they're called, and the fact that I'm told that I have it, I don't try to play the lottery or because my mind tells me I'm going to lose regardless. I win when I save my buck, and I don't buy the scratch off ticket, or I don't, pay into it. But people have said to me, you told me something, and I thought you were kind of crazy, but it happened. And I feel bad. I feel bad instantly, even though I know it's not me creating things. It's my mind seeing them before they happen. However, that is, I don't know. But
because regardless if you said it or not, it's still going to happen. Whether you said it out loud.
Not putting it out in the universe. But I also don't want people to think that I'm some nut job that goes around, oh yeah, I seen aliens, Do they exist?
You should have seen my clients' faces when I tell them, when I first come into the house, and after I get to know them a little while, I'll say, whom of your family members was the grandpa who died in this house? And they'll be like, how did you know that? Well, I know that. I just know that. I don't know how I know that, but I just know that. I know that.
Yeah. And people, and see, I totally believe in that. And I'm also not afraid to die, because I believe in there is an afterlife and a coming back, sort of, like being reborn. I love when people have what they call celebrations of life when somebody passes, because it's not anything to be remorseful for. The people who are mourning and feeling sad are those that are going to miss that loved one, thinking, well, I'm never going to see them again. But that loved one is just going on to prepare their house and things. We're in the universe. I say it's the center of the universe. I don't believe in an above or below. I believe a center of the universe where you can look out and see around you what's going on. And I believe that these people are going to be our welcoming committee one day. So I don't have a fear of dying. I just have a fear of dying in pain. I don't want to don't chop my head off or have a car accident or even cancer, which runs rampant in my family, where I've seen loved ones pass. I've seen a lot of people pass, and they exhale their last breath.
Oh, they not only just exhale, they have this croupy coffee,
Oh, the percolating.
the
That's,
death gargle or whatever they call
yeah,
it.
the percolating. I call it percolating. But still,
You know what? I think on that note, Drea, I think that us as a society should talk about that, because if you didn't know that was what was supposed to happen,
Mhm.
happens, it scares you a little bit because you don't know. And
Yeah. You want to do something to help, but you can't.
generations ago, everybody knew that because the whole family was called in, and everybody knew that the things that were fixing to happen. You know, we just, as the generation now, people don't discuss those kinds of things. And I think it would help us, and it would help that person had we known, if we
Yeah.
just knew that the things that were going to transpire, you know.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
don't
usually we're prepared for their death, because if you're a child of a loved one who's about to expire, then you watch them go from the period of that unhealthy illness or whatever. You're seeing
Right.
them suffer. So by the time they have finally gone, it's a relief. It's not a cry that I'm upset that you're gone. It's more of a,
Yeah.
but I'm relieved you're no longer suffering. And I believe
Right,
that life prepares all of us in that way. And there's some of us. Yeah, I have a brother, my younger brother. He doesn't deal well with going into hospitals. He doesn't like the smell of a hospital. You know, so he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go there and be there with the loved one who's passed. They want to run away from it. You know, and really, I think it's good for everybody to be a part of that transition period.
Right.
The body shuts down. That's usually they stop drinking and the food, just like an animal does. An animal knows to do it naturally, because it puts us in a state of spirituality.
Right.
You know, like if you've ever fasted, like a lot of people in the Bible, they fast because it puts you in a state of like
a higher
yeah. Being closer to your higher power, it helps with that. If you notice a lot of tribes that do psychedelics or whatever, they'll take something to kind of in their mind, like the people that do the venomous snake dancing and all that. Have you seen that? It's some weird thing that they do with the snakes and stuff. They dance and they play with venomous snakes, and they don't care if they get stung because, you know, like bitten or whatever, because it brings them to a higher place of like spirituality.
Right. Heightened sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they believe that they could see things that they couldn't otherwise see. There's people that have almost died, come back, say that they've seen things while they were gone. You know, that doesn't, and we're talking little kids that don't know yet to lie and try to make a big thing up. You know, it happens. And I believe strongly in that because I've seen the things that I've seen, like ghosts and things like that, you know.
Yeah.
But the empath part is hard. You know, I'm in recovery. I've been in recovery for over 11 years. My husband had a major drug addiction issue, and I stood up. Well, I stood in, you know, like holding your hand of someone you love when you want to support them through what they're going through. But then I stood up one day because of my pot problem, and he whispered over to me, he was like, "Can you just smoke pot?" You know, and that was years ago, because even then there were other things in between that I tried. And even now that I don't choose a substance and I'm trying not to use food, it's also like grabbing something for comfort. I do unhealthy things like shopping when I don't have the money to shop, or buying.
So you filled those addictions with just other addictions that aren't good for you either way.
Yeah, and that's what everybody does. All addicts. It's everybody could be an addict of something. You can, like I said, shopping. It could be listening to music. It could be collecting owls. I have a lot of these things. But when it comes to like using other people for comfort, which is a very unhealthy situation, very not only unhealthy for me, bringing in people that I wouldn't otherwise maybe associate with if I know.
Because you're lonely. Yeah, girl, I've been there.
I hate being I hate it.
I feel like we're more one person here, Trey, than we like to believe. But
And
I like your center of the universe idea, though. That
no up, no down, just the center.
I like that. Well, I feel like there's going to be a center of the earth for us to become in that space. But I believe if you don't come to the center, you're left here. Hell is here,
Yes,
and you're
here's
still
hell.
here.
Yeah,
And you know you're here. You know you're here, and I got chills again.
yeah.
I really,
That's how I believe.
but I
too.
haven't really
Hell
thought
on
about
earth.
the center.
Yeah,
yet.
this is hell on earth, and everybody gets to go to heaven. But if you're someone who commits suicide and takes yourself out, which I believe is completely unnatural and not for us to decide, that then we will end up being in what they call purgatory, which is just roaming around and never being able to get to the center of that universe, never being able to.
You're in limbo, and that's where you're going to be.
You're not going to be with those people who left before, who are your welcoming committee there. You know,
Right.
One of the things I've seen pre-death, people that I've watched die, and I've watched a lot of people take that last breath, exhale, which to me is
Right.
your soul leaving your body. This is just our vehicle we travel around in, and what we do with it and how we treat it is completely up to us. But it matters to just us. It's feeling on yourself, okay? That warm feeling that we get, you know what I mean? So we have to take care of us. But that feeling, that I don't know what it is. I mean, everybody you don't want to be alone and you don't like to miss anybody. That feeling gets to me no matter what. But I've seen that breath come out, and I've had my sister-in-law who also has some sort of thing say she sees angels come and take like the soul. And there was this young girl who was in recovery that just did not want to get clean no matter what. She was actually a needle user. And a couple times she tried to kill herself, and somebody would catch her in what they considered in time, because she wasn't meant to live. She was meant to be called back to her creator. I believe she was one of the musicians. She loved music, and she was into comedy, and she loved to dance, and she loved the Dave Matthews Band. And she used to do entertainment in Orlando at Disney. She's a very young girl. She died at like 20 or 22. Actually, just like I think it was the 5th year of her death in October. But she did not want to live. And she tried, and like 7 different times people saved her life. Her mom kept catching her, or somebody, would catch her and save her life and get her help. But she kept going back out. And she used to dance and stuff. Well, they had a celebration of life for her. She knew my feelings and knew how in tune I was to all this stuff, that she came to me after she passed and was talking to me. And telling me things that apparently I wouldn't have known had she not come to me and told them to me. And some of them were pretty bad, because she feared her father. There was some abuse going on there and stuff like that. And she wanted me to give a message to her parents. And I was like, how do you tell 2 parents that lost their child that
your child just told me something that they wanted you to know? Yeah.
I felt like a crazy person, but I had to get it off my chest, or she was never going to be at peace and leave me alone. The day of her service, they light like a torch, that at the end of the service, put the torch out. And that supposedly allows a person to, transition, pass over. I felt free at that moment when they put that torch out. She literally left from me and went where she needed to be. But before that, before she even probably passed, she was dead in her car in a parking lot of a mall here in the Coconut Point Mall for about 7 days before they found her. They were trying to find her, and all they had to go on was the fact that she had stole her mom's debit card, used about $200 on that debit card. And so they knew where she used the card at. And that was the last transaction that bought the last thing that she used to kill the drugs, to kill herself. it's one of those things. And then every time I get a dragonfly that flies into my house, or we've had dragonflies fly into the meeting places, and there's Madison. I always think of her as a dragonfly. Something, I don't know why.
That is so weird that you just said dragonfly. Period. Into subject. Really flippin' strange that you just said dragonfly.
You have dragonflies that flock around you in areas they don't belong.
They have always flocked around me, but shortly after my mother passed away, that was January and March, it was colder there before it turned spring-like, and they were everywhere. You don't see dragonflies in flipping January.
Nope. They're fairies. That people have called them fairies. I believe it. And it wasn't anything I even believed when they flew in, and my husband said something. Oh, look, we were in a meeting, for Narcotics Anonymous. We're sitting in a meeting, and a dragonfly just flies in, and this is where we knew Madison from. Her parents trying to get her help. They brought her into her very first meeting. I remember where it was, when it was, what she was wearing, and she was a young girl. And I came into the program. I met my husband in 1991 when I was 21, and we got married in 92, and we've been together. The Sunday, the 22nd, was our 29th first date anniversary.
Aww.
We're separated now. He's now trying to get help again for his problem. He's dual diagnosed. He has a drug addiction issue, but he also is dealing with mental health issues on top of it, which just progressively get worse the more you add drugs to the mix. Yeah. So I never really talk about this on my channel or not, because he does watch my videos, and it's not about him, it's about me. But even though, I still say I'm an addict, even though I'm clean. Today, it's just an arm away and a bad decision.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I choose not to. It's a choice, a conscious choice. I don't want to use, I need my coffee, that's a substance, and, I need my burger meat, and my Kerrygold butter. We replace, you were saying it before about replacing one addiction with another. And it's very true. We need to fill that void. And so that's what we end up doing. Some of us choose healthier things than others. Do we have? I can't see, for whatever reason, online how many people are watching us. Do you see?
There's 3. Me, you, and Marna, I believe, or Marna, you, and somebody that's not saying anything. It says 3.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, whoever you are. Marna, we've already said hello to. Not sure if she's still here, but she's been typing.
She says she likes classic country because I've got a banner up asking what kind of music. And then she was talking about her mother. I don't know if she's still here, but she says when mine passed, she was breathing easier than she had in years. And it was so peaceful. She was holding a hand. Her dad was holding a hand, and her sister had her hand on her. And then she also said a friend of a family who has been living in her sister's basement for the last 8 years just committed suicide Saturday afternoon.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too, Marna.
Yeah.
What do you think about numerology? Since it's just us, and I don't know if anybody else is even listening, but since I got you here, I'm just going to poke your brain. What do you know about numerology?
1111 is the number that pops up. The number 8 all the time. My birthday is 5, 7, and 7 for 70, 1970. So they're significant for one reason or another, but I think that's more scientific than it is spiritual.
Have you ever heard of 333?
Yeah, well, everything happens in threes. I'm a witch. So if somebody does something bad to me, they're going to get something 3 times. They're going to happen bad to them. And anything that happens to me, whether good or bad, happens in threes.
Right.
Usually, if I showed you my weight loss on the board, you'd trip, because I had 3 losses and then 3 gains.
Oh no!
Now I'm in the loss mode again.
Well, for the first entire year after my mother passed away, I woke up every night at 3:33. Didn't matter what happened today. It didn't matter what I was thinking about when I went to bed. Every night, and it was literally driving me insane, Drea. So I talked to a couple of my friends, and one of my friends was like, when you wake up lay your phone there, and if you wake up again at 3:33, take a picture behind you. My husband got woke up twice by me taking a picture in the dark. He's like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah.
But I would wake up and I would write it down on a piece of paper for a good week because my husband said, "You're just thinking it's 3:33. It's not really 3:33."
It is
But
3:33 on your clock. It is.
every time that I paid attention that it was 3:33,
Uh-huh.
and I would write it down, the next day something in that day would flash to me with my immediate family. Like my niece's name is Carrie.
Mhm.
We were worried about her. She also had a substance abuse problem. It was about 3 months after my mother passed away. And that day I seen a bright yellow Mustang, which my mother wanted a Mustang so bad, but she had anxiety problems and she couldn't really drive a Mustang. But anyway, that's
Mhm.
what she would have wanted. The tag said Carrie, Cari.
Mhm.
I was like,
That was a message.
I mean, it was a message, but what drove me crazy though, Jerry, is because what was the message? I mean, I never strung it. I'm sure I received
You'll eventually, yeah, you'll eventually get it, but for now, you're not meant to get it, and that's why you don't see it. That's
Well,
the
it's
thing.
I mean, it's been 3 years now, but it ended just as quickly as it began. So I guess I finally figured out whatever it was.
Yeah, you need to kind of go backwards and say whereabouts did it end and what was it about that. But you know, is Carrie still alive? Your niece?
She is. She
Nice.
is, and she's clean, and she's fixing to be married, and she has a great ending story, and we
How
all
long
know that don't always.
Is she clean about 3 years by chance?
Well, it almost. It was very shortly after my mother passed away that she finally decided that my mother had tried at her time and time again, but
So
that particular day, Carrie won't tell me
yeah.
where and what she was doing that day, but something told me to call and check on her, so I did. So I just think it's
maybe that's where she decided to finally get clean too.
True.
So you got
That's
there's 3 things. That 3 is a significant number, 3, 3, and 3. So you 2 of them, basically, and now it's the 3rd year of your mom's passing, and possibly the 3rd year that she's clean. There's one other thing that something's going to happen. It might not happen. It might not be due to. It's possible.
Marna says every time she finds her microwave on 11/11, she makes a wish.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's the 11/11 thing too, and I never heard of that until maybe a couple years ago.
Bye, Marna.
Have a good night, Marna. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully, we get to talk again.
Well, I also know
we were made about music.
They probably didn't want. They turned you into music, and here we are talking about numerology and stuff. Oh well, they should have been here before when we was talking music. I tried.
I know. Hey, I can't not talk about music. It's around us. A lot of people see things the way you and I see them. That's why I have these, the piano and the guitars and all that, and I even have my that's the wrong one. This one, the treble clef. I surround myself. I have a bunch of these symbols, the music symbol, all over the place. Like literally, here's a big diamond looking one.
Right.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I have keychains and all kinds of stuff that have that symbol on them. But it's just things that I like. I don't look at them as there's any particular science to it. But 8, for some reason, always pops up, and I think that's the sign for infinity. The
8 is.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
But that number came to me when that same girl I told you about, the dragonfly, Madison. 8 just kept popping up over and over and over again and again. Well, her mom, I think, told me that her birthday was August 8th. Of 88.
Oh no, 8888, and you were like, okay, now I know where that came from.
Exactly. So, but like I said, for those that it's numerology, it's numbers. You can try to make common sense of anything. Colors, letters, songs. Anything. It just kind of, to me, it's more of a feeling thing. Like I'll look at the oven and it's 4:20. You know what 420 means, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but then
Come
I
on,
say,
Dad.
it's just a coincidence. You know what I mean? It's not really, it's just my mind telling me, oh yeah, okay, this happens to be 420.
Yeah.
But since I don't practice that anymore, I don't do that. It's not like, you know, that big of a deal.
It's still funny that you notice it, you know, when that comes up.
I
we
didn't
notice
know what
it.
420 was the years that I smoked. When I smoked, we never called it 420. After I quit is when I heard about 420, and that's when I started seeing it. It would be on the radio, or it would come on the oven, and I'm like, okay, it's that's the time I wake up. I usually wake up around 4 something, and then by the time I'm done doing my chores and I get in there to get a banger or my coffee, it's around that time. It's just coincidence.
Yeah.
But I always say there are no coincidences in life. Only things that happen for a reason. Like everything happens for a reason. That's what I completely believe in that. But I've seen things like you probably have, you know? So anyways, I'm gonna have to it's just me and you here. I don't see how many people are.
Yeah, it's just me and you. I'm gonna have to go home.
Yeah, you sitting in that McDonald's parking lot long enough, they'll think you're scoping the place out to rob them.
Well, they all know me pretty good. They're like, oh, that's the lady on YouTube. She's just doing a live. Don't worry about
I know
her.
you, right? Oh my God. I'm afraid to look outside of a Dunkin' Donuts or somewhere for Wi-Fi just because I'm like, oh, they're going to think I'm stalking the place to taste it.
Well, I usually tell them in advance that I'm coming. I'll call and talk to whatever manager that's closing and let them know.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm
just
not.
So I know. Look, I'm outside, but I'm not. Yeah, like you said, I'm not scoping you out.
I'm doing a YouTube video. I need your Wi-Fi. That's so fun. I wonder if a lot of families now being home during the pandemic who don't have good.
Oh, well, they have to. You know, some of them have to.
Yeah. Well, it's good that they have those services for free. So thank you, Mickey D's. Thank you, McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks.
Yeah, McDonald's Wi-Fi is crap. I had to pull around to the other side to get the Dunkin' Wi-Fi.
Turn it off and I'm starting to sweat. Like, oh my God. I don't wish anybody. I read a report earlier or a news thing, whatever, that scientists found the gene or whatever to turn back the time on aging. Have you read that?
No.
Oh yeah, supposedly they can stop aging now. For real. Like, I'm like, okay, that's not normal. I don't want to live forever, but I don't want to get old.
That's you, but I mean, it's going to be hard enough to live to whatever time it is I'm going to live to. I don't know that I want to live forever, 200, 300 years. I don't. I'm tired now. I'm only 46. What if you live to 150? I'm just not sure that's feasible.
But people say, God, Dre, you don't look 50. And I'm like, I don't feel 50. I feel better now than I did when I was 16.
I'm 29 and holding. I'm 29 and holding.
You're holding 29?
29 with a little bit of shipping and handling.
I thought you were 31, 32.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think you were in your 40s. There's some of us that look good, and then there's some of us that look like they're way older than they say they are.
Yeah, I have a 26-year-old and a 21-year-old. So
yeah, if I had kids, they'd be in their 20s. And I even considered the other day that a 32-year-old, I could have, at 18, I think I could have had a 32-year-old. If you think about it, would be 32 if I had her at 18. And she, unfortunately, she's a YouTuber, but she lives somewhat locally. She's got cancer. She went vegan, and the next thing you know, she's got breast cancer.
Oh no!
Anybody I know, well, I did the vegan thing for a little bit, not very. I did the vegan vegetarian thing. I was a pollo pescatarian. I did chicken and I did fish. I would eat any kind of like turkey, but no red meat. I did that for a while. That's all on my channel. Then I went vegan for a short while before I did the wheat belly and then took out all the grain. And when I took the grain and the sugar away, oh man, did I just felt fabulous after that. And I found keto and I said, well, I can try that. You know, it's not much different than what I'm doing now anyways, because I'm not eating grain. But I was working out back then when I was doing the grain free. I had a gym membership. And of course, with all this going on, I'm not missing the gym. But I exercise is getting out and going shopping. I do have a bike in the garage that my husband just gave me not long ago, like a month ago. And I want to paint it. I don't like it. It's a white rally bike, like an old style beach cruiser. And I get on this thing and I'm like, nope, I don't have the balance I used to have when I was young and probably rode a bike last. So,
man, I wish I had a bike.
but
I'm
you know,
moving out.
you know what happens to me though when I exercise? I don't lose no weight. I gain weight. It creates inflammation.
It does create inflammation too. Your body gets used to it. I mean, I haven't done it in quite some time, but I feel better when I'm doing keto and I'm more movement in the day, whether that's yoga or walking or.
How's that?
I've never done anything strenuous.
You were doing the
When
yoga. Everybody was doing
I do
the
yoga.
challenge.
Yeah, I do yoga every day. Yoga saved my life before I got into keto. If I hadn't have started yoga, I wouldn't be here today. I can guarantee you that.
So is it just because of being able to like get zen in the moment, or is it the actual exercise of it?
The actual, well, both of it helps. Both helps. I do mine first thing in the morning. I like to do it in the quiet time, before everybody else gets up and such. So it is, I do more of the meditation type.
I saw that video.
Yeah.
Right, everybody's asleep, but I'm doing my yoga, and you're on the floor, I think, because I can hardly see. It's like, go for it, Michelle. I'm there.
I was like, well, see, if I turn that living room light on, then it goes right into my son's bedroom. So I'm like, okay, shh. But yeah, I do yoga every morning. I mean, and Jelly had me rolling on that yoga collab things because she was like, I can't quiet my mind. And I'm thinking, shut up and quiet your mind.
Right. Yeah, she's so funny.
But I was like basically disabled before I started yoga. I mean, literally, I would work for 2 days and cry for 7. I'd work for 3 days and cry for 4.
Well, I have those back issues you have, the sciatic nerve pain.
Have you ever used these things? Do you still have them? Do you still have issues?
No, as long as I stay keto. But as soon as I'm kicked, I know it because I start getting headaches. My neck starts hurting and it gets stiff and it's crick, and my back starts hurting. My back would go out for about a month at a time, and I couldn't even wipe my own butt. My husband had to do everything for me. Like I literally had a hard time standing up because it felt like the weight of my upper body was impacting that lower back issue, the sciatic nerve. And I couldn't even sit. I could sit in a lazy boy chair where I could kind of get it to a certain point, but then I wasn't getting out of that chair by myself. Yeah.
No, me neither. Yeah.
The last time that happened to me was before 2017 when I found keto, and I was out for almost 2 months, not get up at all. And you probably know your legs go out. You don't feel them. You are completely paralyzed from the waist down. Other than that,
you can't trust your hips to help you do anything when you're in that particular.
No, and the pain is just so excruciating. You don't even want to go to the bathroom because every time you got to go to the bathroom, you're like,
it's hard to, like you say, you can't wipe yourself. You can't lean to the left or lean to the right.
I know, and I wanted to create a device to help you reach to wipe yourself. To wipe with. Yeah, because that's like the most debilitating. I mean, humility is even worse than pain. Like I know you'll clean me up, hubby, but I still have dignity.
I would like to know that I could do this myself. I mean, there probably is something somewhere,
I don't think so. I was using one of those things you squeeze with a handle that had like the little claw to grab, and I was trying to use that. I would wipe the toilet paper around the cane. I had a cane, so I'd wipe it around the cane and try to rub the cane through it. I didn't care. I like to be clean. I've got major OCD issues here, but how I roll is there's wet wipes. I have them here. I have them in the kitchen. I use them to wipe my counters and my oven and everything. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Don't eat it, but I mean, And for me, let me tell you what, I'm desperate. But if you are in so much pain that you cannot even move, even your brain is telling you to move, but you are literally paralyzed. And that's how it used to get. I've been in a lot of different car accidents, but I had a boyfriend back in the day who was abusive. He used to kick me when I was down, and he'd get me on the ground and start kicking me in my kidneys.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I have a bad issue, but I also have what's called a congenital or a genetic. Is it genetic? You know, when it's like passed down. I have a floating kidney. I think he kicked it out of place is what happened. Because where your kidneys, you have one on the left and one on the right. I have the one that's on the left pushed over all the way to the right. So when I would get my lady cramps and all that, even the headaches, the leg pain, the backache, everything on the right side of my body. Never on the left, always on the right. Fast forward to keto, when I was still getting periods here and there. Both sides, magically. I'd have cramps left and right. I didn't know what was going on. So
Right.
the keto definitely did something. But now when I went carnivore and I gave up plants because I had already started being perimenopausal, going back to the cancer issue, which I kind of knew about the cancer in 2017. Just before I started keto, it was in my mind. Like I kept thinking there's something with me. And I had a car accident in October. It was October 16th. No, October 19th, 2016. Had a car accident. I went for an MRI. I didn't have regular health insurance, but now I have all these doctors and whatnot from the car accident. I went for the MRI and the doctor made me sign a paper and told me, you have to go see your primary care physician about something with your thyroid here, and asked me a couple questions. Did I have trouble swallowing? Do I have trouble losing weight? Yada, yada. I didn't have those problems. But January 2017, I found the keto diet and I started it. And that was, like I said to you before, how I do things before I need to do them.
Right.
So fast forward now to 2018, March. Okay, so like a year later, I finally have health insurance, and I go and I see a nurse practitioner. I never saw the doctor. His name was just on the door. I don't even know if he existed. But I saw her, and I said, here's the paper from this doctor. He told me I got to get this checked, and I don't know. They started the ball rolling, sending me to oncologists, ultrasounds, the aspiration, which they missed my trachea doing, and all that stuff. And luckily, it came back benign, and therefore, I believe it was because of the keto. But my period stopped as the perimenopausal stuff was going on. Until I went carnivore June 24th of 2019. As soon as I gave up eating vegetables, period kept coming. I said, well, I guess I'm not menopausal, I'm perimenopausal. Because until you stop for a whole year, you're perimenopausal.
Girl, I was stopped for 7 months and started again. I was so mad.
I know, you get used to not having it. I don't miss it. I don't miss the cramps. I don't miss the cramps and the mess. And I never really was a heavy bleeder, you know?
Yeah.
It's never heavy. But now when I get it, I say Aunt Flo's come to town and it's a crime scene. You know, I call it the crime scene. Yeah. Shark Week or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it finally stopped again. But I've been eating vegetables again too. But if
that's interesting.
Your kids don't. My kids telling me it's time to go, Mama. I'm gonna go out. You hear them?
You need to get off so you can go to work so I can go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like Michelle's got to go home. She's in a park. Anyways, I love you, Tika. Thank you for having me on. And be safe. It's dark. Not like we have any choice. It gets dark now at 4:00 in the afternoon here.
I know. Sucks.
I don't like winter. Daylight saving, whatever they call it. You ain't saving me anything. No. And nobody else is here with us? If so, goodbye. It was fun.
Bye.
Anyways, I love you, girl. Hit me up on Facebook anytime you want. I'm up all night.
All right. Talk to you later.
3:33 in the morning, you know, you can let me know about it.
I'm going to say, I woke up at 3:33. What the hell is she trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Tell me. I actually said that out loud one night too. Like, what? What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah. Well, because when people like you and I that we know there's something going on, it's not just something that we're making up in our head. Other people might think that we're making it up, but we know, we feel it. It's a feeling. Yeah. It's something that overcomes us. It has nothing to do, like I guess they call it aura or something. It's not a stupid fleeting thought. If it happens more than once, then there's definitely some message you need to, you know,
try to listen to.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, girl.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay, you have a good one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.